Hi everyone, my name is Aleh and I'm from Planetarians. Let me ask you, how many people in the room have kids? Raise their hands. So then you will understand my feelings, because I'm a father of 3 boys. And I traveled a lot, I saw a lot of beauty on this planet, and I want my boys to see the world as I saw it. But the population is growing. That means we need to grow more food for them. But the land is limited, and we have a choice. Either we destroy this planet, or we will face the hunger. So as a food scientist, I thought I need to make something. And like average person, I don't see tomatoes, potatoes, or meat. I see digits behind that. Protein levels, carbohydrates, minerals, vitamins. And one day, I saw the nutrition facts behind the sunflower oil cake. It's a dry matter left after vegetable oil extracted from sunflower seeds. So they make the oil, and they need to discard the cherry cones of that sunflower oil cake. But what I saw, the roughly 40% of the protein in that dry matter. I remember at that time I was paying something like $5,000 for the metric ton of soy protein. When I asked them how much do you price this oil cake, they said 300. What? 5,300? For sure, it's not isolate. Yeah, it's 40% protein, but 5,300 quality protein. Yeah, and I saw the opportunity. Because I learned that sunflower oil cake is not the only byproduct that end up as the waste of fed to animals. Every time we want to drink the orange juice, we peel the orange, and thus we create unavoidable byproduct. So, and every food crop grown results in 1/3 end up as the food waste. And this is what I call the dark matter, because it stinks. Nobody wants to speak about the food waste and the byproducts. But for me, it was the untapped source, already grown crops with a lot of nutrients inside at insanely low costs. So I embarked myself on the journey. How can I use those byproducts directly for human consumption? The first product we made was sunflower chips. We made chips with more protein than a protein bar. Sold 100 servings on the market and realized that customers a little bit picky on the texture. It was too hard. Okay, I'm an entrepreneur, so I kept iterating. So to improve the palatability, we started mixing with another byproduct streams, starches, and together with Barilla, we made pasta from sunflower oil cake and starches. It had a great al dente taste, protein more than pasta with meatballs, but it was black like charcoal. And Barilla thought that black pasta, it would be a trend that will spike and then will fade. So they pass it on launching on the market. Not a problem. Keep it iterating. Where the color is not that matter. Meat, especially cooked beef, it's a pretty dark product, so let's move into that direction. But make the meat, we like the fibers, yeah, we need to increase the protein content from 40% up to at least 50 or 60 to texturize it. And isolating, like everyone does, is not our way, because isolating creates the more byproducts. So thinking how we can increase the protein content in the dry matter as a whole, I had to educate myself on the solid state fermentation. So I use the fungi or bacteria to eat the residual carbohydrates in that dry matter. Thus protein ratio increased just because fungi ate the carbohydrates, plus fungi is 50% protein itself, so we increase the overall protein content. As a side effect, this fermentation process cleaned the beany flavor. So if you try the burgers made from the beans or Impossible Beyond, they have that beany aftertaste. It's gone because bacteria gone. And we made sunflower burgers to present at Expo West, the largest food expo in the United States in March 2020. And 2 days before the expo, COVID canceled it. This time, market conditions against us. Okay, instead of crying in the corners, because boys, they're looking at me, I'm a role model. So I thought, COVID shut not only us, it shut everything. That means laboratories right now free. I can live there and nobody will charge me for that. So I decided to embark on the even larger challenge. As long as I liked the fermentation, remember, we increasing the protein, we cleaning the beanie flavor, we introducing the umami, savory, meaty flavor. So no need to a zillion of ingredients like in the plant-based meat. But it took a while, so it took several days. And you have to keep that biomass in the big reactors, add their food safety and prevention of cross-contamination. So if you ever, investors in the room, if you saw the capex needed to fund it, it's a tens and tens of millions. So I thought, what if we can get benefits of fermentation without fermentation? So I analyzed biomass before, I analyzed biomass after, and started looking for the difference readily available on the market. And this time, luck was on our side. So I found spent yeast. Beer companies, bioethanol companies, winemakers, they use the yeast to ferment sugars for alcohol. They need alcohol, but yeast, eating sugars, grow every cycle, and it's a byproduct for them. Now they need to discard it somewhere, but for me, it was the missing piece of the puzzle. So then I simplified the process down to 2 minutes texturization, and I got my meat. Wow. And then when I came to the bigger volume of my spent yeast to the brewery, they asked me, well, man, what are you doing with our yeast? Meat? Meat from our shit? Yeah. They escalated the case brewery from the senior higher, and 6 months later they came to a very interesting offer. We can allocate all our spent yeast for your meat if you allow us to invest in your company. Since that offer came from the Anheuser-Busch, and to be more or less AB InBev, the global beer maker, market leader, I thought it would be nice to have, in addition to our patents, the half of the world volume of the spent yeast of key ingredient. And we built a pilot facility using their money. Then we started thinking, okay, we can make it, unit economics is there, it's 3 times cheaper than raising chicken, the protein content more than in beef, plus fiber, like you eat the apple, but how to go to the market? We developed RIPS, the CPG application, and looking at our competitors burning millions and millions of money, investor money, on the marketing, we thought retail, it's not to go. Food service, the restaurants kept our meat on the menu, a lot of repeated purchases. But again, Impossible pays a lot of money to Burger King for the co-branding. So we kept iterating, and we noticed that hospitality channel, Marriott carried our product, and corporate houses like Twitter also carried our product. So they serve not the burger, but the meal there, where the meat is just one component of the whole. We start thinking, who buys meals in bulk? Schools. Typical school, 5,000 kids, requires very lean enterprise sales team. My chef is actually a salesperson who speaks with their chefs. And you can replicate it from one school to another, and the best thing, the prices that government pays for lunches, $2 per lunch. What healthy can you put it $2? So price prohibitive for all the competitors. They cannot even come close. And the best thing that school chefs found is tofu. I have nothing against the tofu, but I don't eat tofu on every day, so I cannot, and chefs cannot recommend this. But we can, so we sell meat at the price that they can buy it. And this month we got the confirmation of our first annual order. So that means schools from the phase, and they piloted, they tried out the curiosity, made that into on the regular menu. So kids like it. You see some quotes from kids. We have astonishing 72% acceptance rate across all students, so from the high school down to kindergarteners. Not 10% vegans, all 72%. So now, after 8 years, we developed tech. Our facility proved the costs and unit economics 3 times cheaper than chicken. And the annual contract with schools proves that we can sell it and make our financial projections solid. I came here to Singularity University to find the way outside of the United States. Please help me if you have good examples, because different countries are different, how we can enable governments with their food security problems. Schools, nutritionists who need to feed kids not only with protein but with our fiber, so it's quality nutrition, so outside of United States. So, and I'm happy to hear it right now, and also find me after this presentation anywhere in the lobby. Thank you.
Excellent. Did you bring any so we can try?
Wow.
During the lunch, chefs is preparing the surprise. Yeah, you will have a chance to try our meat.
Excellent. I'm from Mexico, and come with me.
ABI, Anheuser-Busch Mega Breweries actually expressed the interest to set our line right on the brewery. So if you can help me to market that, because I don't speak Spanish, it's not my territory, become our country partner. So.
We have, let me pull up. We
Hoping
have
it
some
was
time.